was mesmerising. Thank you very much for coming in to see us.
Thank you.
An incredible display of skill.
Thank you very much.
Clearly, it's a very active sport. You put in 40 hours training a week, but tell me where it all started.
We started 7 years ago, and I'd seen a few clips, and it was even before YouTube, and seen different TV shows and just people juggling a ball, and it started with footballers, and that sparked my interest. So rather than going out with the team and playing, I just got a ball and I just practiced just juggling the football, and that.
Okay.
I don't know, I just enjoyed it. I found it fun to do. And then when I started learning tricks, it just gave me a direction, and it's brought me here.
You must have been pretty good at keeping uppy at school.
I was, although I was never the best until I started, and I do think that it's not a natural skill, it's practice, and like you mentioned about hours of practice, and it's just repetition. I think people say 10,000 hours at one thing becomes mastery, and that's true, but I think you can keep going and
improve yourself.
Absolutely.
Perhaps
you can
a bit
never,
like a snooker player, always applying himself to a
that's
snooker
it.
table.
And I think a snooker would be a fantastic example of
really?
that.
Yeah, okay. Now, one thing that always amazes me about you guys is this: with those sorts of footballing skills, why aren't you a professional footballer?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously when I was younger I played football. I played for Preston North End for a little bit, Preston Town team. So you could say I was reasonably good at football. But I got to a stage in my life where I started doing freestyle, and that, like I mentioned, it sparks an interest more than playing on a team. So it might sound daft, but I kind of stopped playing football to do this, and now I enjoy it so much more. And I mean, it has brought me to 30 different countries, over 30 different countries, and I've performed in some fantastic places. And it's just enjoyment, and that's why I do it ahead of anything else, really.
It's great to have a job you enjoy so much. Now,
it is.
I once interviewed Joe Cole, of course, Joe Cole of England, Chelsea fame, now over in Lille in France, and he had both. I mean, he was only a little chap as a youngster, and he used to get himself out of trouble with the bigger boys by performing all the tricks, or some of the tricks that you've just demonstrated, but he also applied that to professional football skills. So are the two distinct?
Definitely. I think, if anything, it's like using practice as a metaphor for anything else. So it doesn't have to be football, it could be learning a musical instrument, it could be singing. If you practice it, you can get better at it. And with freestyle, it's all about control, and I'm sure that gave Joe Cole confidence when he was younger. And it might have given him confidence in front of bullies, like you said, and then to go and play for West Ham, and I mean, he's achieved massive things now, and everybody knows who he is, and he's known for his skills. And I think having people like Joe Cole is great for people like me, because it shows a way when I teach freestyle to say, hey, look, not only I do it, he started with it, and I went down the performing route on stages and things like that. He's on another stage playing football. So I guess it's all about, you know, touches on the ball, and I'm sure he'll have had hours just playing, and that's why he's so good.
Sure, I mean, Scotty Parker's another name, of course, famous for doing the McDonald's advert, and now an England international. Have you had much dealings with Scotty?
You know, I met Scott 2 or 3 weeks ago for the new Tottenham kit launch. They got me involved with that, so I met him, and he was absolutely brilliant, really nice guy. But yeah, I'd say he's the original footballer. I mean, that was before I'd seen him, but people always talk about it, and I've seen the clips on the internet and on TV of him juggling a ball, which probably back then no one had seen, and it's really crazy to see how it's evolved into. Me now, it's an art form. It's something what I do. It's like an act. It's I don't know, it's magical, it's amazing.
Well, it is fantastic. Where's the best place you performed, or what is the most illustrious audience in which you've performed in front of?
Well, I've been lucky to perform in front of a lot of football crowds. I did things at the World Cup final, the Champions League final, but I've also performed in front of more mainstream audiences. So I've done a few TV shows. I hold 5 world records, which has taken me around the world. But I've also performed in front of the West End theatres, like Her Majesty's Theatre, and also the Palladium. So I've kind of covered quite a few amazing countries and venues, and I just want that to continue. But South Africa was brilliant. I love doing stuff in America. I think they love it over there. I think football, or soccer as they know it as, is growing, and the children love it, and I think they do see a benefit in freestyle, improving children's confidence. Well,
John, thank you very much for coming in to see us. I hope to see you again on Sports Night Live. Would you give us another demonstration of those exquisite skills, please?
I will do my best. Thank you very much.